Hi, welcome to a quick overview of what we worked on either on Thursday, September 7th, as it says here on the screen, or maybe for Friday, September 18th, depending on which classes you're in. Also, know that if you're in the Friday class, this due date here is the 22nd for those who are there on Friday. Um, our plan for today is some quick advisory information about the humanities expectations. I'll talk about that more in a minute. And then you're going to do the first part of our technology tasks. We're working on some technology stuff before we get into social studies. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward. There is a letter that's going to come home to you and your parents later next week that has all of the different policies for humanities. When I talk about humanities, we're talking about social studies and English combined. So the requirements or the class expectations are for both your social studies and your English class. That's just to simplify things so you don't have things coming home from all different classes. So this covers my class and whether you have Mrs. Smith or Mrs. Wood for English, it covers both of those. So I'll tell you a little bit about bits and pieces of that over the coming week or so. So we're not going to go over the whole thing in one day because that's just boring. So we're going to just do bits and pieces along the way. So here's what you need to know about absences. You can miss class for a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's for appointments or you're sick. Sometimes it's just because you have tech issues and you can't get in. Sometimes it's because you have to take care of somebody. In most cases, your lessons are going to have a video explanation. You're watching one of those right now, accompanying the assignment located in Schoology, and the video won't be exactly like the in-class instruction that is a little bit more interactive. Instead, because we're not allowed to record our Zoom meetings that has student images or voices in it, we have to record a video like this, or maybe you'll get bits and pieces of a Zoom, but we cannot give you the whole lesson on video because we can't have your other students on video. But we will have either the video or written explanations or both, but something will be out there each day so that you're able to catch up if you aren't able to attend a Zoom class. You can also see the day-to-day lesson plans. There's a link in Schoology titled Lesson Plan Overview. That's going to be on all three of our sites. Mrs. Smith has one. I have one. For me, it's on that little whiteboard in Schoology on my little Bitmoji thing up there at the top. And Mrs. Smith has one and Mrs. Wood has one. And basically that just shows you day to day, like Monday we're doing this, Tuesday we're doing this. So then you can match links up if you need to do that. And I'm going to move my face up a little bit here so we can see the rest. You can also see upcoming assignments, but generally they're unpublished. That means that you can't work until after instruction. Even if assignments are published early, wait until class or wait until you've seen the video to begin assignments, because a lot of times there are mistakes that are made that could easily have been avoided if you listen to the instructions, and people end up having to redo things or whatever else. So we do not recommend working ahead if you are already attending class. Many times students who work ahead end up having to recomplete assignments because they completed something incorrectly. So if you want to avoid having to rework things, wait until you get the instructions to complete an assignment. The second thing I want to mention is what to do if you do have a late assignment. So let me move myself around again here. Late assignments, most importantly, we don't always know when an assignment is turned in. In Schoology, sometimes it sends us a notification, but a lot of times our assignments are out on Flipgrid or in Google or wherever else. So the best way, or really the only way to make sure that an assignment is submitted correctly is if you submit an assignment past the due date at any time, submit it as you normally would, but then send an email to that teacher indicating the name of the assignment and the class period. So if you have me first period and you missed the Flipgrid assignment and you've turned it in on Flipgrid now, you would say, Mrs. Howe, I have now turned in the Flipgrid introduction assignment. I am in period 1. Please grade it at your earliest convenience. Thank you very much, or something like that. But something that tells me the name, or any teacher, the name of the assignment and the class period that you're in. That way we know to go back and look for it. I would have no way, I've already gone through all of the Flipgrids, so I would have no way of knowing that you had finished an assignment unless you emailed that, because I have no reason to go back to that when I've already graded them all. So please let me know if you would like something graded, and your other teachers as well. Late work that is late because it wasn't done or turned in on time, so not due to illness or tech issues, that's a different problem, will be accepted up to 1 week after the due date. If you have a specific illness or technology issue, talk to us individually and we can figure something out. But for any late work, it will be accepted up to 1 week after the due date, because we know that things do come up. If there is an extended illness, absent, extenuating circumstance, major technology issue, contact us and we'll work out a plan. Late work will be graded as time allows. So this could take a little while. There are a lot of assignments coming in from a lot of different places. And so it's important to know that on-time work will have grading priority. So I'm going to go through everything that people are turning in on time first. And then when I have time after that, I'll go back to late work. So it's not going to be you send me an email and then immediately that item is graded. I try to do it as soon as possible, but just know that sometimes it takes a little while if you're behind on an assignment. All right, so that's that for the advisory portion of the class period that you missed. But the second part, if we look here, is the actual class assignment, which is Tech Tasks Part 1. So over the next several days, we are going to do a 3-part technology task, and it's set up to make sure that you can do some more advanced technology items that we haven't been doing so far. And so I'm going to go ahead and head over to Schoology here. As always, I'm going through the portal. Don't forget to take attendance there if you haven't done that already. Your attendance still counts even if you're watching the video rather than going to the Zoom. Let's go ahead and log into Schoology here. I'm just going to go to first period, but of course you'll go to whatever class you are normally in. And you will find that there is a new assignment down here at the bottom, the Tech Tasks Part 1 email. It says, please follow the instructions in the document to complete this assignment. You need to submit the document and send me an email. Read the assignment document carefully for details. So there's not a lot of detail here, but there's plenty of detail in the actual assignment. Now, when you go here, it's going to look a little bit different than me. It's going to give you the My Document right here where you can work. And when you open that up, it's going to look like this. Okay. So we're going to do the first part of technology tasks today. So that's this page here. It says that we are going to, first of all, open Google Chrome and go to the portal because that's where we always start. Here's the picture of the portal. Some of this stuff should just be old news to you at this point. But today we want to make sure that everybody can get into Skyward. Hopefully, each advisory teacher sent you your username and password. It's just a really obnoxious username with a slash, and then on the other side is the password. If you did not receive that, please email me and I will send it to you. But your advisory teacher should have sent you your username and password, and you're going to log in to Skyward. When you get in there, you're going to answer a question. It says, what is the second item in the category menu on the left side of the screen of Skyward? I'm not going to go there right now because that would give it away, and I want to make sure you can actually get there. So when you get into Skyward, over here on the left-hand side, there's going to be a menu. And what is the second item down on that menu is what it's asking for. So that's just my way of making sure you can get there. If you get to any of these steps and you cannot do them, please email me and I can help you. Or if you were in class, I just stayed on and can help there too. So if you need a Zoom meeting, let me know. Then if you get into Skyward, okay, then you keep going. If you can't, stop and email me. Then you're going to visit my Schoology course and it asks you a question about the due date of this assignment. And so then you're going to write it on that line. For question number 5, you're now going to visit your English teacher's Schoology course and answer one of these questions. So if you have Mrs. Smith, answer this question. If you have Mrs. Wood, answer the second question. Do not do both. Nobody has both English teachers. Okay. Then you'll go back to the OSD portal and choose the email icon. I'll show you that in just a second. If you're already logged into the portal, you should not need to log into your email. But if you do, it's the same as usual at students.osd, that email. Once you're in your email, you're going to press compose. You're going to write an email to me. The subject is assignment. My email is sahow@osd.wednet.edu. You can copy and paste this. So I'll just go ahead and highlight and push Control C. And the email is going to include all of the answers to the questions above, plus your class period. So you're going to do A, what class period do you have social studies? B, what is the second item in the category menu to the left? So if that sounds confusing to you, those are just the things that you wrote in on the screen up here. So this is your first question, second question, third question, one of those two. So I'll show you what that's going to look like. I'm coming back over to my portal. I'm going to go to mail. All right, when you get into to your Gmail, you're going to push the compose button. You are going to send it to sahow@osd.wednet.edu. I just copied and pasted that in. It said your subject is going to be assignment. And then it had 4 things that you were supposed to write down. Those 4 things were, and I'm just going to do this because that'll make it easy. And I'm going to bring that back over here to my mail, maybe, except it doesn't want to click. There we go. And then I'm going to actually put those in there, and then I can replace. So I push Control C to copy, Control V to paste. What period do you have social studies class? And I'm going to put first, since that's the example I'm using here. What is the second item on the category? I'm going to type that in there. You actually don't have to have the A, B, and C examples here, but if it helps you, you can copy those over. Otherwise, you could just go A. Then I'm not giving away any answers here, but then B, whatever that answer was, C, and so on. And then make sure that you put the answer to all 4 questions. So the class period, the information about Skyward, and then your Schoology information from my class and your English class. And then you'll go ahead and send your email here. Myself. All right. So when you are all finished, coming back over here, when you're all finished, you should have a submit button over here. So submit your document because you do have those 3 answers in there as well. So submit this and send the email, and that is when you are finished with this assignment. So you have the remainder of whatever class time you would normally use for this, as well as through the weekend if you need to finish that up. Please email me if you have questions, and I will see you later.